Hello, Professor. I'm Li Yulong. I present the research on the influence of financial augmentation on industrial structure upgrading in Anhui Province. The research background. The assumption of financial resource in a certain area under certain conditions not only brings advantages such as improvement of financing efficiency and reduction of costs and risks to the area, but also drives the economic development of cities around the Yangtze River economic belt through its own aggregation and diffusion effects. Development, thereby promoting the optimization and upgrading of the industry structure. In recent years, Anhui Province had faced the problem of low-level industry structure and low level of financial development. It's slightly difficult to provide sufficient funds for industry structure upgrading. It's necessary to analyze the impact of financial augmentation on industry structure upgrading and promotion in industrial development. At present, there are few studies in this field combined with the case of Anhui Province, which can further improve the theoretic system and enrich the research result. This study will help to accelerate the upgrading of Anhui's industrial structure, helps the government formulate more scientific and reasonable macroeconomic policies and provide a reference for the other places. Research ideas and methods. This study mainly explores the impact of financial augmentation on the upgrading of industry structure. Based on relevant theories, choosing Anhui as a case, build a model, select relevant sample data, conduct the impartial analysis, weighting results through descriptive statistics, unit root test, configuration test, and regression analysis, and put forward countermeasures and suggestions. Where through the general status and building a model and through impartial analysis, then come to a conclusion and the suggestions. The research method. First we do a literature research by querying relevant literature and materials summarize the current situation. Then laying a solid theoretic foundation for the research of this topic. After that, we do impartial analysis to establish a model. And finally, we use the model and data to conclude, to come to an introductory summary. For main conclusions are summarized and related suggestions and put forward based on the research experience of previous researches. Literature review. Most foreign scholar professoriatic research, while domestic scholars pay more attention to impartial research. In addition, scholars in the past mainly analyzed the impact on industry structure from the perspective of financial development, but few studies were conducted from the perspective of financial augmentation. Financial augmentation has become an inevitable trend in the development of modern financial industry, and its significance in the upgrading of industry structure is extremely important. Therefore, this study takes Anhui Province as an example and conducts a more in-depth discussion on the relationship between financial augmentation and the industry structure upgrading in Anhui Province. From the perspective of the overall economic development of Anhui Province, it has certain theoretical value and practical significance. There are several related theories: financial augmentation theory, the conjunction of industry structure upgrading theory, and the industry structure upgrading theory. And influence mechanism are fund constraint mechanism, resource allocation efficiency mechanism, emotion insensitive mechanism, risk comprehension mechanism, industry integration mechanism. The main research contents. In partial research, we determine the comprehensive evaluation index, and then to calculate the weight. And then we calculate the result. So this chart, we can say that financial augmentation increase year by year. In order to study the impact of establishment of financial augmentation in Anhui Province on the upgrading of industry structure, the regulation model was established as follows. The variations are industry structure upgrade. This can calculate by secondary and tertiary industry account for GDP, and the financial augmentation can calculate by the previous intra-value method. Urbanization rate can calculate by urban population and total population. Depends on foreign trade, can be calculated by total import and export of the GDP. Fiscal spending intensity can be calculated by fiscal expenditure. GDP growth rate, this can be calculated by GDP of every year. Then we can analyze the process, descriptive statistics, and using the unit root test and the categorization test, and then we can do the regression analysis. Conclusions and recommendations. Financial augmentation plays an important role in optimizing the industry structure and realizing the upgrading of the industry structure. The augmentation of the banking industry in Anhui has played an important role in improving industry structure. The level of financial augmentation in Anhui Province is gradually increasing. The financial augmentation in Anhui Province has played a more active role in promoting the upgrading of industry structure. Suggestions: promoting local financial reform and improving the level of financial augmentation, support pillar industries and promote industry upgrading, strengthen financial supervision and prevent financial risks, strengthen the construction of talent team, and improve the ability of scientific and technological research and development. That's all. Thanks.